Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our show, The Shooting Lone Star, with Ram from the Austin Gooners. Yes, bro, how are you?
What's up? I'm good, man. Pretty excited for the season coming up. It's like T minus, what is it, 11, like 15 days. I don't know how many minutes or what's that about, but like we're getting close. Um, Finally gonna get a chance to watch the boys play tonight, at least for me, right? It's nighttime or it's in the evening. Watch them play and yeah, just I'm excited to kind of to see the Gabriel Jesus in there, and yeah, I'm excited. I mean, yeah, I keep saying it already. I'm already getting ahead of myself, but pretty excited. Austin FC is number 2 in the league right now, so we're fighting for not only a playoff spot but an actual regular season title. Like we call it a supporter shield. So we have the playoffs, and then we have like the final standings, and in Premier League, the team that finishes on the top of the league, they win the trophy. They're champions. For us, they just win what's called the supporter shield. So it's whoever gets the most points gets a trophy, and then they go like a knockout stage with the top teams on each bracket, and then they play off, and then that there's a trophy for that as well. That one, arguably, since it is America, like we value the playoff system a little bit more. That one's probably going to be a little bit more prestigious, but it'd be nice to finish the season top of the league in terms of points, because last year we finished basically at the bottom. So really, really fun time to be a football fan here in Austin, just because the local team is good, and Arsenal is making headlines in the States again. It's been a couple years since we've been able to watch them here in America. Um, and yeah, and now we're gonna get to we're gonna see the Premier League start earlier. So yeah, feeling good over here, even though it's really hot.
Oh man, talking of hot, it's been really hot here.
Yeah,
We were speaking about it earlier on the
yeah,
phone, and yeah, man, it's been like a proper heat wave here. We've not had this kind of weather ever. Like it's got up to 40 degrees.
yeah.
And last 2 days was just extreme heat. It's calmed down a bit now though. So today it's just like 28 degrees. So it's still warm for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been extreme heat the last couple of days. I know you guys get back there regularly. But yeah, for us, it's been a great summer. There are many really hot days and not too much rain. And yeah, as you're saying, excited for the season. Before we go on to talk about Arsenal, just wanting to wish you happy birthday for last week.
Hey, thanks, man.
You were very happy because you went to watch your team and they won as well. So good birthday present for you. Yeah.
Indeed, man. And not only did we win, like we dominated, and it was like our rival, our in-state rival. So the team from Houston, the Dynamo, um, they jumped up ahead 1-0 early, and then we played some really beautiful football, man. All the goals were just exquisite, like good team play, good build up. One of them was like a free kick from a guy who hardly scores anything from the free kicks. So it was just we ended up winning 3-1, but and every goal was amazing, and I had a good time. My birthday landed on a Tuesday, so I got the day off from work, but it is a Tuesday, so there wasn't like much to really do anyway. So it really was cool that a match landed on my birthday, and without previous to like football and all that kind of stuff, like there isn't really having a birthday in the summer is like there's really not a lot of cool things that go on sports wise, so it's kind of cool to have like a game going on while for your birthday. So that was cool. I will recall, I think it was during the restart, Arsenal and Tottenham played each other on my birthday. We ended up losing 2-1, but that was really cool to actually see like a Premier League game, because it's normally we're off during the summer, um, but we to watch a Premier League game that mattered, and it was Tottenham and Arsenal. Like that was really cool. But yeah, thank you, sir. Uh, Feeling good, and hopefully, the good vibes continue on with our boys, coming up.
For sure, bro. I wish you a great year ahead. So yeah, let's
Yeah.
get into talking about Arsenal. Since we last spoke, we had our pre-season game against Everton. It was a second pre-season game for us
Hmm.
and a great win. I know it's only pre-season, you can't read too much into it, obviously, but it was only Everton's first game as well, their pre-season. But we were really dominant, two good goals. Jesus scored again. That's his third goal in pre-season now. Saka as well got on the score sheet. And I was watching, it was late night here, obviously with a time difference to America, but it was really pleasing to see us and the way we were playing. First half, we went with what I believe will probably be the likely starting 11, apart from the fullbacks.
Hmm.
The starting 11 for the Premier League season. Up top, we had a front four of Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, and Jesus. They looked really good, lively, a lot of pace, energy, creating chances. So I was really happy with that. What about yourself?
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch the match just because it was like pay-per-view on our end. But I was able to watch some highlights. Um, the first goal was incredible. Got to give credit to Cedric Suarez as much flack as I'm sure the whole fan base gives him, and we're kind of over him and want to see somebody step in his place. That cross was incredible, and the first touch from Gabriel Jesus was just amazing as well. Like that took my breath away. Just and then after that first touch, just him aiming it like it was kind of a difficult angle where he was at, but he just made it look easy, knocked it past the goalie, and that was great as well. And then the Saka goal, um some pretty team play, lots of good passing and hopefully like I guess sort of a preview of what's to come, right? Arteta ball or whatever you want to call it, or just playing good football. Lots of passing, real technical, real. Just everybody seems to be um, already again picking up from where they left off. So yeah, that goal was also just something to behold. And the rest of the game, from what I understand, wasn't like entirely exciting. Again, it's a friendly, it's preseason. Uh, both teams basically did wholesale substitutions right at the half. So just getting the chance to see everybody play. It was kind of exciting to see some highlights of William Saliba back there. Um, Looks good to see him finally in an Arsenal shirt. Um, and like I said, I've mentioned before, like I've seen him a few times with Marseille, and so it's not like I've never seen him play before, but to see him in the Arsenal kit, playing for Arsenal, doing stuff for your team, for my team, like it's exciting. I'm really looking forward. It feels for him. I mean, for me, anyways, it feels like he's almost basically a new signing. So it feels good to just see someone else back there. Not saying that I don't like Ben White, but just to see another person who or another player in there who's going to compete and just make everybody better. So um, really, really great. And I think Tavares, again, I mean, we'll probably get into it a little bit later on when we talk about Zinchenko and all that, but it's good to see Tavares out there. I don't think he, did anything wrong or anything great. Cedric had the nice cross, but yeah, man, that front four is looking exciting. I'm really looking forward to watching some of it today and seeing what we see. Hopefully, I kind of don't want to see Saka play a lot, but I want him to get more rest still. But yeah, like I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked to see what we've got.
Okay. What I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you about next is talking about Saliba there. So
Hmm.
back, we know he's a really good player. There's been
Hmm.
calls for possibly going to a back three next season.
Hmm.
We have three really good centre backs now with him, Gabriel, and Ben White. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think we should look to change the tactics and have three at the back, or should we just go over two? And if we do go over two, which two would you go with?
Yeah. I don't know. I still think that position, as much as I've already been raving about William Saliba, I think that's Ben White's position to lose. So, like, let's say we did go four in the back. I still like to see Gabriel and White back there. And then obviously seeing someone like Tomiyasu would be great. Tierney up there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I actually was reading and actually listening to a few podcasts. They were talking about having three center backs means that we can go, with a back three and kind of switch up the tactics a little bit. And I like that idea. I mean, if you think about how our season ended, we started becoming a little bit too predictable for other teams, right? Like we had, outside of maybe Martinelli versus Emil Smith Rowe, like pretty much every starting lineup was the same, right? We had the same formation every time. So I think this will help us. Um, I think it's going to be great for us to have a guy like William Saliba again, who's going to push someone like Ben White, I think, and even Gabriel maybe to start one of those sides. Um, and then also allows us a little bit more flexibility. So let's say we start with Ben White, take him off and put on Saliba. Maybe we that allows us to change our tactics up a little bit, and throw a loop at our opponents, whether we need to sit back and play defense and squeeze out a win or a tie, or whatever we got to do to kind of mix it up. I think adding someone like him is going to be great to to allow us to do a little bit more, to be more creative in our attack and our defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good to have that option. As you
Mm-hmm.
say, you don't want teams to always know how you're going to play, having that option to change it up, formations. And as you said, we saw Rob Holding a lot last season. Arteta bringing him on to tighten things up at the back when we need to see out a game, or like when we went down to 10 men. I remember that one away to Liverpool. So to have Saliba possibly as that option instead of Rob Holding is, I think, an upgrade, as well as Rob
Yeah.
Holding's done. But we do know Saliba's a lot better of a player. So yeah, it's great to have three really good centre backs. But I as well would, as a starting option, I'd go with this 4-3-3. Rather stay with that option. Just allows you to attack a bit more. But maybe when we're playing some of the more difficult games like Man City away, Liverpool away, it's a good opportunity to go with that three centre backs and be a bit more tighter defensively. So yeah, let's talk now about a player that is more or less confirmed as our player now. It's not been announced by the club, but it seems like the deal has been done between us and Manchester City again. Getting
Mm-hmm.
another player from them, Zinchenko.
Mm-hmm.
Seen him do really well for them. He's mainly been used as a left back, but for his national team, he plays in centre midfield. So he's a versatile player. And the two areas of weakness that we still have in our squad is, you'd say, centre midfield and left back. So he's able to do both jobs. Your thoughts on the signing of him?
Yeah, I think it's great considering who we were linked with before and how much that player cost. Lisandro Martinez, the number, I think Manchester United is going to end up paying like what, 60, maybe 65 million for him. And I know we were strongly linked with him and wanted him. And I'm not entirely disappointed now that we did get him, because we're getting a player with like Zinchenko, the right age profile, right? Really skilled in two positions, and the right and with that championship pedigree for basically half the price. So I think that's a win for us, right? You look at some of these other teams that are paying top dollar for all these players. Um, we may end up spending the most money in the transfer market, but it seems like we're bringing in quality with it as well, right? So we're not paying $80 million for one player. We pay $80 million and got two players, 110, 112, or whatever the final number is. We're getting three players already so far. So, but yeah, anyway, but like going back with Zinchenko, I know for sure we've talked about him, and the last time we talked, I remember mentioning his name as strictly just a player that we were linked with, and it was more like a pipe dream for me, is like I like to call it, like Rafinha was, right? Like, I wasn't expecting Rafinha to be a name that we're linked to, but now that we are, it'd be kind of cool to get him. Kind of same thing with Zinchenko. Like, I didn't expect um, us to be linked with another Man City player, a player like him who's really good at different positions. But now that we have been linked with him and now we've signed him, I'm really excited. Um, I looked at his numbers, and he didn't play a ton of games last year. I think he played a total of about 17 or 18 games. Um, but with Man City, you can't really look at that and be like, well, he just wasn't good enough. It's just that Man City, they're just an embarrassment of riches when it comes to depth and talent. Like, there's just so many games that there's not enough games to go around for everybody, right? So he's in another, much like Gabriel Jesus, like a player who was probably looking for a situation where maybe not necessarily is going to be the man, but maybe double his game count, his appearance count, going from 18, 19 matches to hopefully close to 30, 35 matches, and that would be an improvement, right? Get some more game time, be a little bit more of a more significant piece of a puzzle. So it's win-win for everybody, right? It's win for him. He's coming to a club where he can contribute right away and challenge for our starting position. I mean, he's going to be playing behind Tierney, and as much as I love Tierney, I'm not expecting him. I've never seen him play a full season, so I'm not even expecting that again moving forward. I hope he doesn't get hurt, and I hope everything is, I hope he avoids injury. But I think for the long term, I think it's going to be really important to have rotation, especially now that we have Europe back. So seeing him uh, come in is real exciting. And then also, he played center midfield for Ukraine, uh, and so that's another position where he can fill in for someone like, I guess, Granit Xhaka is sort of the guy we're eventually going to start moving on from. It'd be good to kind of see what Zinchenko can do in that position. So either or both, or maybe one. Who knows if he ends up being primarily one position, and then that can kind of, moving forward in the January window, we might be able to plug him in on one side and then start to look for somebody who can fill in on the other end. So I think it's a great signing. What do you think?
Yeah, really happy. He's played for a team like Man City, so as we are saying with Gabriel Jesus, he'll come with that winning mentality, knows what it's like in the Premier League, so shouldn't take him too long to adjust. I'm hoping with the position wise, I could say, like you said, rather, I love Teeny, and he would be my first choice left back. So as a backup option for left back, really good. But I think he's got a great shout maybe in centre midfield. I think that is his preferred position. So he's maybe got a good chance to take Xhaka's place, be given opportunities there. And if he does well, he's got a great chance to take his place. So yeah, let's hope he does really well. It's been a really positive transfer window for us. We've looked at the areas we need to strengthen, and we've gone and got the business done. Looking ahead now, do you think we're going to buy any more players?
Uh, Man, that's a good question that I thought I had a better answer for when you proposed it, but I don't know. I know, like, now the Tielemans thing is kind of. I don't think we're gonna even. I don't know if that's gonna happen after all. Uh, One player that I did see us actually get linked with, and it seems to be like pretty serious, but pretty serious in terms of like there's talk already about it, but Leroy Sané from at Bayern Munich. The most recent thing that I read was there seems to be some disagreement on the initial asking price, the selling point. So like, who knows? Like, it seems like what we've been doing is kind of not lowballing teams, but not necessarily trying to break the bank for any one particular player. So I don't know. I think we might maybe make a push for one more player, and it might be Leroy Sané. It might be somebody else that hasn't even been named. But I think we're pretty straight set. I think a lot of the news we'll be making moving forward from now until the closing of the transfer window is sells. I think we're going to start now. Hopefully, a lot of the players we do have, bloating up the squad, will be able to kind of let go. With the likes of Nicola Pepe, Bernd Leno, Hector Bellerin, Lucas Torreira. Like I think those are some players that need to end up most likely just leaving. Who knows about someone like Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Reese Nelson. I kind of hope that maybe one of those two sticks around. I like Reese Nelson a lot. I don't know about Ainsley Maitland-Niles seems to have not done well over there at Roma. So who knows if like people want him or not. But yeah, so I guess to answer your question, maybe we get one more player in, but I think most of the news we'll be making over the next 30 some odd days is going to be Arsenal sells this player, Arsenal loans out this player. I think that's what's going to happen moving forward.
Okay, so if we do get one more player in, which position would you like us to get a player in?
Ooh, man, this Leroy Sané guy, he plays what, winger? Apparently?
Yeah,
Um,
former Man City player again.
yeah, another Man City player. That would be cool. I mean, we would that would essentially be like what we wanted to put like for Rafinha. So somebody else get another rotational piece. I think somebody who can push Saka for some playing time. I think again, I kind of want. I don't know if Marquinhos is going to be ready to kind of push Saka for a lot of playing time. Who knows, right? Like we haven't even seen him play. Hopefully he plays today. That's another one I'm excited about. But yeah, you kind of look at the way we're setting up front. Like you see, Jesus and Nketiah are going to kind of be fighting for that one's position. Odegaard and Patrick Vieira, Fabio Vieira are going to be right there in the middle, and then Martinelli, Smith Rowe, kind of figuring out what they're going to do over there. So Saka doesn't really have anybody who's going to be pushing him. So hopefully, I mean, maybe someone like Smith Rowe might be able to give him some rest or something like that. Like a lot of these players are able to kind of play all over the place. Even Gabriel Jesus at Man City was able to play out wide. So there might be some situations where we might see Nketiah up top, Jesus taking, giving Saka a break. But yeah, I guess I'm kind of rambling over here, but I guess reason why I got into the rambling was I kind of want to see us try and get somebody who's going to be able to push Saka for minutes and also give him a breather every now and then, because I don't want to see Saka. I mean, Saka got that distinction of the youngest player in a while to play all 38 Premier League games for us, and I kind of don't want to see that ever happen to him again. Like I mean, it's good, right? I mean, these are footballers. These are what they get paid to do, but you look at the players at Man City. A lot of them. You look at how many games they played with Premier League, with Carabao Cup, with FA Cup, with Champions League, and they average around 25 games, 30 games max because they're able to rotate so much. So I kind of want to see us being able to rotate at every position. And right now, we'll say Saka's position is where we still don't have like too deep, right? You know what I mean? So if it'd be a winger, I hope we can get, but I don't know if we're gonna go for that. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. I think there's a chance we're still gonna get one more player. We spent quite a lot already, 150 million, which is for most amongst all clubs in Europe at the moment. So we have been active. As I said, it's been a good transfer window, but I got a feeling we're gonna get one more player. If it could be someone like Leroy Sané, that'd be great. It might be someone that we've not so much heard of. Maybe a backup striker option, right back is another area we need to look at, and possibly. I know Cedric's done all right, but we don't have a situation with Tommy Yasu, or we wouldn't want to be relying on Cedric too much next season. So yeah, we need to see how that goes. Because Tommy Yasu is a key one. We don't know what's going on with his injury situation, but we missed him a lot last season. If he's having problems with his injury still, and it's going to carry into next season, then that's the area we really need to look at. So yeah, let's see. Well, one bit of news that was quite sad to hear is that Amari Hutchinson has left. I'm really surprised at that. I'm surprised at him. Don't know why he would want to go to Chelsea like this. Young player was doing really well for us. He's had limited opportunities, but he's in that process of breaking in. He's like the next big thing that people were talking about when it comes to our academy players. And I was hoping this season he'll get a bit more playing time with a Europa League, Carabao Cup, but he's decided to go to Chelsea. For us as a club, it's disappointing. we could see him do really well for them, which will be painful. I hope he doesn't do well. As much as he seems like a really good player, we don't want to see him doing well there. But yeah, what are your thoughts on him leaving and going there?
Yeah, a little disappointed. Just like you said, he was supposed to be one of those names that might have been the next generation of the academy players that come into the first team and just take the team by storm, right? I mean, who knows how good he was? I mean, we didn't really ever get a chance to see him play a lot, but yeah, I'm disappointed that we let him go. I don't know if it was like a money situation, or it seems like we're sending out all our youth guys on loan, so which seems to be the right thing to do, right? I think actually most recently today, Marcelo Flores, the Mexican national who's on our team, just got sent out to loan somewhere in Spain. Um, so I don't know if maybe he didn't want, like maybe our plan for him was to send him out on loan, and that's not what he wanted. I don't know what Chelsea plans to do with him. Um, who knows? Yeah, I don't know too much about him outside of just like the buzz that he's been generating as a academy player. But it's sad to see him go. Anytime you see somebody leave and you didn't really even get a chance to like see what he can do for you, then that's disappointing. But obviously, I wish him well, good luck, and hopefully we don't have to face against or see him torment us in the future and always be one of those like what if players. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
I don't wish him well at all. I hope he has a really bad time there.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Obviously they're one of my main rivals, so we don't want to see him do well there. But
Good point.
Ironically, I saw us against Chelsea under 20s last season. It was at the Emirates.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to watch that and he looked amazing. He scored a great goal in that game and definitely like the best player on the pitch from both teams. We won that game quite comfortably and he looked really good. So that's why I was disappointed to hear the news that he's left. So I don't know we don't know what goes on with negotiations and stuff. What it is, probably they offered him more money. And in terms of playing time, I don't see him getting that much playing time there. They got a lot of options already in their squad. So I don't know. Like you said, good luck to him. Just don't play well whenever you play us. And
yeah, no kidding.
It is what it is. We move on from him. That he doesn't want to be part of Arsenal. That's his problem. See you later. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So okay, let's talk now to finish with a little bit about our game tonight against Orlando. So I know nothing about Orlando. I know it's a beautiful city. I've been there many times and love visiting the place. But in terms of the football team there, I don't know nothing. I know you know a lot about American football. So yeah, tell us a little bit about Orlando and what we can expect from them today.
They're a pretty solid team, very competitive. They're fifth. So MLS has Eastern Conference and Western Conference. So the amount of teams we have is just cut in half by region. And so the Eastern side, we got the Western side. So they're in the Eastern Conference, and they're fifth out of 14 teams. The top 7 go into the playoff round. Austin FC has played them already once. In Austin, they jumped up ahead of us 2-0, and then we came back to draw 2-2. I do know their attackers are pretty solid, but again, it's all relative. I don't think they'll put much of a fight against a team like us. Yesterday, just for reference, Inter Miami, they call themselves Inter Miami, went against Barcelona, and Barcelona just smashed them 6-0. Again, it's a friendly. I didn't get to watch it. I don't know how hard these players play. I would imagine for the MLS, this is an opportunity to kind of show off a little bit. I know they're going to probably end up playing their starting players, but not play them the whole time because we're still in the midst of a season, right? So we'll see. I can't really name anybody on their squad. I just know overall, like they're just a good, disciplined team. They play competitive. They play good competitive football. So it'll be a nice test for us. I don't know how I don't want to say that we're going to smash them 6-0 as well. Like I don't know how we're going to approach it. But it'll be a fun match to watch for sure. Especially the Orlando City fans will be showing up and showing out. So it'll be a good atmosphere to kind of get the players excited. I'm sure there's going to be a good Arsenal contingent there, just like there was in Baltimore. But since it is at home against an MLS team, Orlando City does bring it, so it should be a pretty exciting match to watch. And then also, I think our boys will find themselves surprisingly tested. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, they're a good team. I'm not going to talk good about them because, well, they're not necessarily our rival, but they're a strong squad. So we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because they're, as you're saying, right into their season. So their fitness levels will be a lot higher than us. We're just starting our pre-season. So, they've been playing competitive football for a while now. So it'll be interesting to see how we can go against them. Obviously, you would say there's going to be a golfing class in terms of the Premier League and the MLS. But yeah, it should be a good test for our boys and get some more minutes in, hopefully score a lot of goals. See a nice, comfortable win for us. That'd be
Yeah,
nice. I
be
mean, on
nice.
to
Yes,
Chelsea. Chelsea's going to be a big test.
that'll be fun. Yeah.
Saturday, that's the final match of the American preseason tour. So, what's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, that one it'll be a little bit more like, come on, let's kick Chelsea's ass. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that one as well. Hopefully, we might be able to, like I said, I mentioned earlier, we can see the likes of Marquinhos. We can see a little bit more Gabriel Jesus. Maybe see like Jesus and Nketiah out there at the same time. Like that'd be something cool to watch, just to see if that's in the plans for the future, especially when we in those times where we need like a late goal or something like that. Um, yeah, I'm not too hung up on like the results, but I just want to see how we're gonna play and how we're gonna move forward. And again, I'm really excited for tonight just because this will be my first opportunity to actually watch the game from the beginning, halftime, second half, just because the first two matches um, weren't able to get them on TV. This one's gonna be on ESPN, so I'll be able to tune in and watch at a regular, reasonable time, not at 6:30 in the morning. Feel bad for you guys. Sorry, it'll be like midnight when they start, but we got to get at least a couple of those right before the season starts.
Yeah, I remember last season we played Chelsea in a preseason friendly here. We lost that one 2-1, really disappointing. Even if it's just a friendly, whenever you're playing the likes of Chelsea or Tottenham, it's never a friendly. It was that preseason last summer, we had this tournament where we played Chelsea and Tottenham. And so, when it's them two, our major rivals like that, it doesn't matter if it's a friendly, it's a must win. So I remember leaving the stadium after the game against Chelsea and I was really disappointed. So let's hope that doesn't happen on Saturday night. Let's hope we have a good performance
Yeah.
and beat them. I mean, yeah, the season's starting. Really excited. Like you're saying at the start of the show, it's just 15 days now, a couple of weeks. We're nearly there. Time
Yeah.
flies by. Exciting times.
Yeah, man. And it's something I wanted to mention. I think that's something that's a little bit new to me. Again, as a growing soccer fan, but for me, preseason means absolutely like nothing. Like I don't even care for the other sports. I mean, like I don't care the results. Sometimes I don't even watch. Um, for football, though, like it's a real nice change of pace to actually like get excited to watch and and see your team compete and try new things. Like it's a lot different, right? Um, and one anecdote I wanted to talk about was like for Austin FC, for example, like we had an international break, and right before the international break, we played LA Galaxy, and they kicked our ass. It was like 4-1. It was just disappointing. It was just one of those bad days, right? Um, left a bad taste in our mouth. And during the international break, we had one friendly, one friendly against this team called Pumas from the Mexican League, and they had just finished their season, and they actually had just competed for the title. So they were like still at a top level, and we were playing them toward the end of the international break. So it was just more like for us to kind of shake the cobwebs off, get going. And we got our ass beat again 4-1. And let me tell you, man, the amount of like, and I'm part of like a chat on Facebook, right? To like just kind of talk about, it's just fans entering or whatever. and people were losing their shit over like a friendly, and it was equal parts infuriating, but it was also fun and exciting. Like it's crazy to actually care about like a for me anyway still, and I'm probably gonna just get over this eventually, but it's kind of funny to actually care about a friendly as much as like football fans do, because I'm like, well, it's not even going to be recorded in the record books. Like I can't even find a summary of the game, and it wasn't even broadcast on our channel. Like who? Nobody cares. Like we drank some beers, we had fun. Um, it's funny to like see that and just be like, oh man, like we got to fucking beat Chelsea in a friendly, and I'm like, I love that. I love that about the sport, about the fan base, about just everything about it. Like it's so cool because again, I'm not used to it because for preseason for American football, baseball, basketball, it's just like if you're really, really good into it, like you're gonna watch because a lot of times you're seeing players that are never gonna play and actually players who are trying to get a spot on the team. But like for football, the squads are much smaller. Like nobody's gonna end up getting cut or like left off the squad. Maybe they will, maybe they might get sold or whatever. But anyway, but like who we put up on the field, like that's who we're gonna end up like most likely seeing for the rest of the season. So it's just really exciting. It's just really cool to kind of start getting used to actually caring about friendlies because, like I said, I've never given a shit about friendlies. But you know, I'm gonna watch this Orlando City game and I want us to smash them because I'm like, nah, we can't let an MLS team, put one over us. And then, yeah, I'm gonna want to see us beat Chelsea. I was happy that we beat Everton 2-0 because they become a team that I don't like at all. Because every time we play them, it's like really difficult to even just to get a point off of them. So I mean, it was in Baltimore. It doesn't count, but it was good to see them win 2-0. So that's all I had to say. It's great. It's exciting for that to happen, and yeah, man, I can't wait. I'm ready to get off work in a couple hours and kick my feet up and watch this match.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Just a couple more hours till it starts, isn't it? One thing I was going
Yeah.
to ask you though is that in talking about pre-season rivalries and how much importance is put into it, is I see the summer league in the NBA. So if LA Lakers are playing LA Clippers, is it like just like a friendly match? Doesn't matter if you lose.
Yeah, I mean, there's a summer league. Like they'll have a summer playoff, and there's a summer league champion. Um, but yeah, I mean, they play all the games in one site. I think it's all in Las Vegas. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. In the past, they've done it like that. But yeah, for summer league for NBA, it's again, it's most of the. You're not going to see LeBron James or Anthony Davis
Yeah, I
or
know that, but
like
what
Russell Westbrook.
I mean, in terms of like the fans, so like, like I say, for us, like where we're playing Tottenham, we cannot be losing to it, yeah, whether it's a friendly or not. But in terms of the NBA, if LA
Ah,
Clippers are playing LA Lakers, is it like the crowd are up for it and it's a must win, or what's it like?
Nah, it's just more like let's see what the future looks like. If you're really hooked into basketball, like you just want to see basketball being played, like there's not a whole lot of banter. Same thing with something like baseball. Football, not so much. It's just people are excited to see like the game going on, but nah, like that's what I'm saying. Like for fans, like me as a fan of all these sports, like I'll watch a preseason American football game, but like I don't care if we win or lose. Like I don't even worry about the scores. Like because it's just like when games matter, that's when it gets serious. But yeah, it's not like that. So that's why it's like night and day. Like yeah, we're playing Chelsea. Yeah, it's a friendly, but fuck, we better beat them because like just fuck Chelsea. So like it's more it's I'm liking the football preseason a lot more already, just because of that. Because there's already the excitement with the transfers and this and this. Like I think for American sports, the anticipation is for the games that count to start. Like it's not so much like the off season or things leading up to it. It's just more like let's just see the games that matter. You know what I mean? So yeah, LA Clippers, LA Lakers in a summer league game. You'll see a little bit of banter, but it's not like we better beat these guys or else. To be like whatever. It's summer league. You know, it is what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So look forward to speaking to you on next week's show. Hopefully, after we've beaten Orlando and Chelsea, And then
Yeah,
we'll see one more preseason game to go against Seville. And then the week after that, the Premier League season starts. So, going to be a lot to discuss on next week's show. Thanks
ready
for your
for
time,
it.
bro.
Hey man, always a pleasure. Looking forward to it. Come on, you Gunners. Let's go, man.
Let's go. Cool. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.